What is good? Welcome back to the Flawedcast. I am your boy Flawdzilla. This is my co-host Mozilla, aka Mo. How you doing today?
I'm good, baby. How are you?
I'm doing good too. I'm happy to be here.
What up, everybody?
Happy y'all could be here with us. The realest place on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So today we just gonna be real, like always.
Of course.
So we're gonna talk about this Travis Scott situation. You know, I'm sure you've already heard about it. I really probably ain't even gotta go into detail, but
Right.
we haven't spoken on it, so we're going to. I seen someone say in a live stream they wanted to hear what we thought about it, so that's what we're gonna do. And the best way to do it for me, because I don't have all of the information, is to watch a video about it with someone who does put the information correctly.
Word.
So yeah,
Good idea.
hopefully that's what this video is. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping. You know, we're just gonna try it out. Let's see.
Looks
Whatever.
good.
It looks good. So yeah, without further ado, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop.
Flawed's booty.
I'm not sure if I mentioned that the creator's name is Volksgeist, but
That's
who made it. You know, so shout out to Volksgeist. You
Shout
know,
out.
let's get into this.
Shout out to Volksgeist.
You
What is
can't
it?
say his name.
Volksgeist.
Volksgeist, I think.
Volksgeist.
I don't know, bro. It's weird. I can't say it, but yeah, I'm hoping it's Volksgeist.
Yeah.
Nice shirt though. Where'd you get that shirt from?
Oh, you know.
That
Some-
shit is fire.
Some dude bought it for me.
Oh my god, that shit is flames. But anyway, flawedchop.com. Let's get into it.
Flawedshop.com.
All right, let's go.
Word. Spaghetti.
Okay, so just a few quick things to start off the video. First of all, I'm not here to cancel anybody. That's not my job. And secondly, if you really believe that the 2021 Astroworld deaths were part of some sort of ritual or sacrifice, please click off the video. I don't have time for that kind of stupidity.
Thank you.
Now, I've read a lot
Straight
of
up.
first-hand accounts and headlines trying to figure out what exactly happened at Astroworld. There was a thread posted on the Travis Scott subreddit where attendees of the festival were invited to share their experiences, and generally the responses have a lot in common. Essentially, mass confusion within the sections of the crowd that were hit with crowd rush. A lot of people wrote about not even being able to tell they were trampling other people because they themselves were getting pushed over by the weight of the people behind them. A lot of people wrote about survivor's guilt. Some people wrote about the stress and trauma of seeing unconscious bodies that later turned out to be deceased, the pain of watching medical staff struggle to do their jobs amidst the chaos. Honestly, a lot of these responses were pretty dark and hard to get through. But once I got past the top comments, it seems like the most common sentiment from people who were actually there was that they had a normal experience and they didn't realize anything had gone wrong at all until after
Exactly.
Travis' set was over and they had already left. And naturally, in a crowd of 50,000 people with 300 injuries, the majority of people aren't going to notice something's actually wrong, especially towards the back of the crowd where things were calmer. Now, I also
Right?
watched.
Okay, so I didn't want to pause it that
I know.
much, but already that sums up the video. So I don't think we even need to go any further. That's like, what are we
Literally.
arguing about? That
Literally.
is clearly why the whole situation turned out the way it was. I see people saying that Travis Scott was aware of what's happening and all this and da. But I don't think he was aware to the extent that it was happening, and
No.
it's that simple.
There's no way he was.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
really
way.
don't think he was. 50,000 people is a lot. People are underestimating how many
That's the
people that
thing.
is.
The venue held 50,000. They could said up to
Yeah,
200,000.
let's let him talk about that though.
Okay, sorry.
Don't just start throwing in facts. That's why we're watching the video.
Sorry,
I don't
sorry.
want to
I
get
get so
confused.
excited.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's
I
roll
know.
though.
All right.
As many video clips of the event as I possibly could, but the video clips that are available don't really prove any one point one way or the other. Now, this was made a lot more complicated when it was revealed that
Don't want to pause too much again, but that's another thing. People, I've seen all these posts, and people are proving points by throwing videos up on, like posting videos, like, see, he knew. Look right
Yeah.
here. See, look, he's singing while this person's dying. See, and it doesn't prove any of that. It doesn't prove what the intent is behind
No.
what's happening in these videos. People
There's
are
no
assuming
way.
things off of what they're seeing, but it doesn't prove the intent.
There's no way.
How
that
can
it
you?
could.
How can you? You know, you can't know what's going on in someone's head.
Nope.
the concert was declared a mass casualty event during Travis' set. Yet due to a combination of unknown factors
8
like
people is a lot,
miscommunication,
though.
It
they ended
is.
up finishing it anyway, which took another 37 minutes. What I mean by that is that the Houston police made the decision to declare a mass casualty incident at the concert, yet somehow no one ended up telling Travis to stop the show. In fact, documents have come out in the last few hours that show only 2 people at the event had the power to stop the show if need
And
be,
neither one
the
of them
event
did.
producer and the festival director, and neither of them did it. And I think that's where the biggest responsibility
Exactly.
for this
Straight
tragedy
up.
lies. You have tons of headlines out right now saying stuff like, for 37 minutes after Astroworld was declared a mass tragedy, Travis Scott played on. Now, look, in reality, there were, or or at least there should have been tons of people on standby to monitor and manage
It's
something
other
like
people's
this,
jobs.
especially
It's Travis Scott's job to perform.
That's it. He has so much to worry about just performing.
That's
Like,
why when on TV shows, they usually have, like, when anything is happening, they have, like, paramedics on standby. They have doctors. They have
Yep.
all these people who are doing a job to make sure something like this doesn't happen. I said TV, but, like, obviously festivals and shows like this, too.
course.
There's people with jobs that you're like, why is that even a job? But, like, you don't know until that person's needed. You know what I'm saying? But this was just a shit show. It seems like nobody did their job except for Travis,
Yep.
and everyone is blaming Travis for doing his job. It's crazy. This man is not a doctor. This man cannot know the extent of what's happening in the crowd while he's up on the stage. He's just one person. Like,
Yep.
I don't understand why people are going so hard at this man. I understand he's the biggest name on the whole thing, but come on, man. We are far enough. I feel like we've been through enough in this short span of time with the internet, and, like, we should know better than to just blame any one name for something. Like, especially when all he did was stand on stage and sing.
exactly.
Like,
And that's the thing.
he didn't push anybody physically.
No, I saw a video of him saying, whoa, stop.
Yeah, I saw that too.
There's somebody passed out or something.
I saw that
he
too.
stopped. So like,
What is this? He didn't
did
stop the show. He stopped at a point. No one said, hey, stop the show completely, except for
Yep.
people in the crowd, which
Yep.
you never know when people are in the crowd just yelling shit. Like,
And who
they
knows?
could be overreacting.
Yep.
It could be so many different things happening. You can't listen to a crowd member, a person in the crowd, to control your concert. You
Who
can't.
knows if he even heard it
And
either.
even if he did, well, no, I guess the person was right on the stage, and who knows if he even heard it actually, because
Yeah.
he's trying to perform. He's focused on something totally different.
I'd be
but
zoned. If I put myself in the position as much as I could possibly. I don't even
come on,
can't.
please.
Sorry, I would be so zoned out. I don't think I could even focus on anything else.
Yeah,
other
true.
than my own performance. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Let's keep
All
going
right,
now.
let's go.
at a festival of 50,000 people. Travis's job is to sing, rap, and dance. He's not
Exactly.
supposed to manage crowd control or communicate with first responders
Just
while
said
he's
that.
performing on a stage. I'm not saying he did or didn't know people were dying, because we don't know, and I'm not going to accuse him of something without proof. But Live Nation, the producers of Astrofest, have a long-standing history of being linked to deaths and injuries at concerts,
Damn.
with hundreds of deaths and thousands of injuries
didn't know
reported
that.
at their
Me
shows
either.
over the last 15 years alone, at least according to this article from NPR. But as
That's
the biggest
expected.
event producers in the US,
That's
they were
expected
hired
to
to
me.
design and
What?
Over 15 years, you're gonna have a lot of injuries
Thousands
and-
of deaths?
Think of how many concerts there are.
Thousands of deaths. Concerts should go off
Was it
without
de-
a death.
Was it thousands of deaths and injuries, or
I don't know,
I
but
think-
I don't know. But
Yeah.
concerts are supposed to go off without death.
Yes.
So
No, I know that. I
no
know
matter in 15 years, however multiple deaths is a
Yeah,
lot of deaths.
thousands is
At a
lot.
concert,
Thousands is a lot in 15 years. Okay,
at a
yeah.
concert,
Maybe like 3 a year, 5 a year.
I don't even think a year. I don't even think 3 a year is. I feel like that's a little much. Like you're
Yeah.
going to party. I mean, I guess
Think
shit
of how many
happens
you don't
everywhere.
know.
I don't know. I mean, I know people get shot at like rap concerts and shit. So I guess you're right. But like,
Overdoses.
that just seems like for one specific company. Live Nation is a big company. They're not just putting on shows at clubs where people are getting shot up at, and people are like, they're a big company. So it's kind of weird that people are dying so much at their shows and people are getting injured so much at their shows. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing to have on your name.
That is a lot. Thousands is a lot.
I didn't hear what he said though. He might have said thousands, but I don't want to go back.
Yeah, me either. Somebody tell us.
Yeah, please in the comments. Were we right?
plan the show, clearly their planning was horribly inadequate. It's the concert producer's responsibility to plan the event in a way where the crowd can safely and freely move around. And you can't put responsibility for this on a performer when there were so many
True.
other people on the chain of command who could have taken control of the event or planned it properly so this didn't happen.
They
in
don't
the
know
first
that person's
place.
name,
At least
though.
that's what I would have said.
they don't know
if
what people's
Astrofest
jobs
had been
are.
headlined by literally anyone else. But there is responsibility on Travis' shoulders too. I've been a fan of Travis for years. I mean, I'm a 22-year-old white guy. It's
Before he says this, I think he's saying he's about to talk about how Travis Scott goes hard at his shows. I hope that's not what he's about to say, because I can't really blame Travis. I mean, I guess I can, like, because he does talk about raging and going crazy at his shows, like going extra hard. I guess when you have mosh pits at your shows and shit might happen. It really might. But I don't think you're ever planning
that.
for death
Those are
or
lyrics.
that type of injury.
Because they said also that his quote, his lyric in his song was, "It ain't a mosh pit if there ain't injuries or whatever."
Yeah, that's a song, but like
again.
but the
that's
reason that he said that in his song is because his shows have mosh pits. Like they're
Yeah.
known for having mosh pits. So
Yeah.
I guess you could be like, no mosh pit today at your show, but that's the energy behind his music.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess there is some kind of there is responsibility, because he could have also, like, if he stops and says, okay, calm down, da 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 da, what's going on over there? He could. I mean, I don't know. It's hard because 300 people is a lot, but it's not for 50,000. So actually, how
Yeah.
can he know? You can't. You
And
can't.
then, do you really think if he tried to stop, if people would listen? You saw the people jumping on
Yeah.
ambulances.
And I know that it's harder just from streaming and shit. Like when you have a crowd of people, it's hard to tell a crowd of people what to do, because sometimes the reverse happens. It happens the opposite. Like people want to be like, "Oh, you're trying to shut us down," and then they turn against you, and then they get even hyper and crazier.
Isn't that
And
like Rage Against the Machine? Is that what is that? Is that what that is?
is that what that's called?
I don't know.
I think that's a band. I don't know
It
though.
is, but I think it was something.
I don't know. Let's go.
But yeah, that's what they said in the article I read.
Oh, I don't know.
No, the 50,000. About the opposite would happen if you shut it down.
Oh, okay,
Riots
yeah.
would happen. That's what they said.
Well, yeah, maybe I don't know.
Part of my job description. So
I don't
I've
know if that's
known
what that
about the
term
darker
is.
side of his concerts for almost as long. Travis has been arrested twice for encouraging concert goers to ignore security and rush the stage at his shows.
Oh,
In
he's
2017, just minutes
okay.
after he encouraged a fan to jump off a crowded balcony at a show in New York
Yep,
City,
I
a
told you
different
that.
fan was forced over the railing on an even higher balcony and broke his
Yeah, he's
back
dumb as
before
hell.
being hauled
See,
off the
that's-
show floor.
that's
He ended
a
up being
stupid thing
paralyzed from
he's
the waist
done.
down for years, and he's likely going to spend the rest of his life with severely limited mobility. Even at 2019's Astroworld, there were 3 severe injuries when people were trampled by a crowd rushing to enter the festival.
Yeah.
It's not like these incidents are just one-offs or little quirks
He
about
definitely
Travis
had-
shows.
yeah,
I mean,
that's-
if you
he's
didn't previously
wildin'.
know
I didn't
much
know he
about
did that.
Travis, this is honestly a pretty big deal, and a lot of people in the hip-hop community don't like Travis's shows because of how he promotes and encourages an extremely chaotic and stressful concert atmosphere to his massive fan base of teenagers. I mean, you can look at this clip
Reckless.
that just resurfaced this week of Travis literally ordering his fans to beat the shit out of someone who stole his shoe while he was crowd surfing.
You tried to take my shoe? You want to be a thief? Fuck him up! Fuck
Yeah,
'em
no,
up!
he's wildin'.
Fuck him up!
You know, my
no,
fans.
no,
Okay,
no, no.
okay. So yeah, nah, he's definitely wild in there. I've never seen that footage.
Me
I've never
either.
seen. I didn't know he did shit like that. But
That's
if he didn't do that at this concert, then whatever, you know, because
Yeah,
I don't,
exactly.
you know, he did that. I mean, that behavior is not okay.
No.
But he didn't do that at this concert.
It doesn't change it doesn't change my opinion on
Yeah.
what where the responsibility should be held.
But I guess, yeah, exactly. See, like, he can encourage all this and da da da, but he,
Yeah.
like, at those concerts, he's absolutely in the wrong, telling people to jump off
Yeah,
shit like that. Da, da, da.
fucking people up.
Like, but if he didn't do that at this concert, then I can't say that he's, like, I can't blame this on him
Yep.
at that concert. But I guess it's hard to, it's not black and white, because the energy is what he created. That type of energy at his shows,
Yeah.
because he performs a lot. So if you've been to Travis Scott shows, then you know that's
Yep.
the type of energy that's there. So he created that energy
Yep.
at his shows. So he is to blame to an extent. So he doesn't go without blame here. He
No.
doesn't. He doesn't.
No.
He doesn't. But I'm not gonna put all the blame on him like the people
No.
have, because what we saw in the other video where they were busting down barricades and shit,
Yes.
that is not his fault.
Yes, and they're saying that a 9-year-old boy was on his father's shoulders and his father got knocked out or trampled, and then his son got trampled and he woke up and his son was gone in the hospital, and then they ended up random people grabbed him and he was in the hospital. He has brain swelling, he's in induced coma, he got his brain
And
that's the father. That's, you can't bring your child to a concert like
no,
that.
you can't. You can't. You really can't. Like, under 18, bro.
He was
Like, you know better than that. Especially,
9.
like we were just talking about, the energy that Travis
Yes.
Scott creates at his concerts.
Yes.
Why would you bring a kid there?
Come on now.
Because I've never even been to a Travis Scott show, but
No.
I do know that he is the rage, mosh pit, all this, like,
No.
hypeness. I know that's what he does at his concerts. So I'm not bringing my child there.
I wouldn't even fit you.
I'm not bringing my 14-year-old child
Yeah,
there.
15, 14. Nope, those girls, we wouldn't bring those kids.
No.
And that's the thing, as a parent, that's awful, and I'm that child. That's
That's
terrible,
sad.
and I'm pray for that child.
That's sad.
And the father and the family, but like, that dad probably feels
Terrible.
so terrible,
Yeah, I believe that.
crazy. But you can't blame shit like that on him either.
No, you can't, especially since people were breaking into the venue all day.
Yep.
And then the show started and it was overpacked
Yeah.
and people were acting rowdy. You let 150,000 more people into the show.
And they knew about it all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was getting
It
broken
holds
down.
50,000 people. You let 150,000 more. You let 200,000 people get in there. What did you expect to happen?
That's-
The venue is wilding. That right there is the venue's fault.
Yep.
That is the venue's fault or Live Nation's fault.
Yes.
That I don't blame on Travis.
No.
Like
As
you
soon as
let
that-
150,000 more people get in there and then continue let the show go on. Like the festival director, like these people he's talking about. You knew that many people broke in and you didn't say, hey, nope, show can't go on because it's gonna be too crazy.
Exactly.
There's way too many people in here.
Soon as
Instead you let
that-
it go.
Yep. As soon as that first barricade was broken
Yeah,
down.
they should be like, no,
done.
nope, show's done. Can't
Done.
do that.
But instead you let it break down all day long.
Yeah.
The fuck?
You kind of asked for that. The venue people in the goddamn, like, they let it go on like it was gonna be okay.
Yep.
And obviously if Travis is gonna perform, if they're saying it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. He probably doesn't even know what's happening.
He doesn't. He's just a performer.
Yep.
He don't know
Crazy.
fucking not statistics, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like how many people are coming in and he don't know what the hell's going on there.
Yep.
But yeah, let's keep going, man.
Word.
My fans really mean the world to me.
Travis, as a 30-year-old adult man whose name is on the festival, has to have some awareness of the injuries he's caused in the past. And he should also know that his fans have a history of doing things like stampeding security guards and breaking
Do they?
barricades and hurting other audience members. Instead, he encouraged people to break down barriers and enter the festival without tickets. This
Did
is what
he?
makes the Astroworld tragedy different from other
He did that
concerts where
today-
people
this
have been
concert?
trampled. The artist himself used his words to create conditions that allowed this to happen, or at the very least, he made it worse.
Okay, so
And for
that's
that reason,
that's
it's not
what
as
they,
simple.
that's what they
I'm-
tried to say Trump did.
I'm totally. That's what I said. It's like January 6th, bro. I'm totally like.
Taken back.
Nah, I'm totally unaware. That's what I'm
I'm saying. I had no idea
I clearly
either.
did not like. There's the right information isn't getting out. People are mean. People are too busy spreading conspiracies and
Yup.
ritual information, like talking about satanic rituals and
Yup.
weird numerology and all this shit, rather than shit like that.
The facts.
Like, why are you not telling people that Travis Scott said that?
That's
said to
it.
knock down barricades.
Come
He
on.
is the one to blame there.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? And then also the fact that the barricades were broken down and the show didn't get stopped prior to that. Blame the goddamn venue and the people who put on the
Yeah.
festival.
Yeah.
Like, there's multiple people to blame here. We know who to blame.
And that's the
Like,
thing.
all you have to do is follow what happened and then blame the people.
And then if Live Nation or whoever controls the venue says, "Okay, we're done. We're not doing this," because the barricades got
Yeah,
broken down.
you
and
got to
then they
understand
could've
that.
Said,
You wouldn't have did it
then-
next time.
And then they say, "Okay, well, we're doing this because look, here's your tweet. You told people
Yeah.
to do this. It's your fault.
Yep.
We're not paying you.
Yep.
Boom, we're
Plain and
done,
simple.
or whatever." Like
It would have been understood.
some shit should have been handled way differently.
It would have
That's
been understood.
crazy.
Instead, they wanna stop people from speaking on the internet, but people can do whatever they want in real life.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy, bro. Oh, you want to you want to actually incite issues in real life and all that?
Right.
That's totally fine, but you cannot say anything on the internet, bro.
For real.
You can't even speak your mind on the internet. That's crazy.
Simple as, oh, Live Nation didn't do their job. Travis was just performing and Live Nation failed everybody. No, Travis has been creating extremely risky concert environments for years, and it's finally reached a point where he has to answer for it.
Yep.
Look, no one in their right mind can claim that Travis was trying to
Kinda
kill people.
karma.
He was trying to risk his entire career and all of his money
Nah, I
and
don't
good
think
reputation.
so.
But he clearly wasn't paying attention to safety before the event either, which 100% contributed to this horrible situation in a major way. At the end of the day, Live Nation is a billion-dollar company and they can pay for their mistake. But Travis is a person, and there are a few things here that could permanently hurt his career. And it looks like that
Absolutely.
process is already underway, considering
Yeah.
that the current number of lawsuits sits at 20, with all of them naming Live Nation as a defendant and most of them going after Travis as well. A quote from Thomas J. Henry, a lawyer involved in one of the suits, says this: "For 38 minutes, Travis Scott and Drake were performing after there was already a disaster emergency declared. These particular performers should have simply stopped and been part of the solution, not increased and thrown gasoline on the fire. We believe they were negligent." The thing about this is we have
I think, again, he already spoke on that. No one knew what was happening.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. No one knew what
They're just trying to get more lawsuits on more people.
There's too many people in there to be able to pay attention to exactly
Yeah.
especially when you're performing. You're paying attention
Yep.
to your song.
Yep.
You're paying attention to your performance. He's looking at Drake in the face. Drake is so
Yes.
handsome. How you gonna take your eyes off of
Travis
Drake?
is way more handsome than Drake.
Doesn't matter. How you gonna take your eyes off Drake when? Yeah, exactly. So they're just staring at each other in each other's eyes. How can they pay attention to what's happening in the crowd if they're looking at each other in the face? I'm just joking, guys. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah,
it's a
no,
tragedy,
we're
but
making light.
yeah.
But anyways, if you're a performer, you're not stopping until
Yeah.
somebody that you know,
Says
your
stop.
manager or off the side is like, "Yo, cut
Yeah,
this shit."
says stop the
it's
show.
done.
That's
You
how it
can't-
works.
That is what
The
it
fuck?
is.
You listen to
no matter what's
Yeah,
happening.
that's what happens. You're not gonna listen to the crowd. You're not gonna listen to come on, bro. And this happens. Like I'm sure there's people that yell shit up to the performer all the time. Try to run up on stage and yell shit like,
Yeah.
"You killed my father," like just like crazy shit.
Yeah.
You kidnapped my kid.
Crazy fans.
Like yeah, just craziness.
Yes.
Like a lady jumped on our Jeep one day for no reason and just started riding.
Thought
Like
we had our kid.
you know what I'm saying? That could have really been an issue. She could have been said something. We would have hopped out, try to help her. Little do we know, the chick is just crazy. Like
Yo,
you
that
can't
was
can't
crazy.
know what everyone's intentions are. You know?
So crazy.
It's, yeah. Anyway, I don't even know. What I'm doing.
driving.
No. Let's stop that
know,
story.
I
Stop
know.
that story. Let's go. Let's keep going. No need for that. We ain't gotta tell that story.
There's no proof yet that Drake or Travis were even told to stop performing or that they even knew anything was wrong. I'm sure we're going to find out in the coming weeks, but it is very, very unlikely that anyone actually told Drake or Travis that there were people dying in the field while they were on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Logically, even if they wanted to keep going, why would they let the show go on? Why would they risk
Right.
everything for that? At the end of the day, there are
Exactly.
so many ways this could have been prevented. In my opinion, Live Nation deserves the majority of the blame for the deaths and the injuries. It was their
Agree.
job to run the event and set it up and monitor everything, and it was also definitely their job to tell the performer to stop performing when
But
the
Travis
concert
is
was
being
declared
reckless.
a mass
Yep.
casualty site. Especially considering a security guard
Travis
came out
needs
with a
to stop
video
being so
explaining how he
reckless.
was only given
Reckless.
a day of training before the show and ended up walking off the job because they asked him to work front gate security with literally no experience. And
He just said,
It was his one day of training.
yeah, there was a security guard that had only been trained one day, and they asked him to work front gate, and this is what happened. He walked off because they wanted him to stop this. He was gonna get trampled too.
And you know what? Honestly, that is just a trickle down from this
Yeah.
all bullshit of people not wanting to work and have jobs, low staffing.
I mean, yeah. On top of that, yeah. I get the honestly, I do believe that is
Me
part of it
too.
too. You're right. You're right. Like
Because
I'm not
they
getting
had-
paid enough. It is.
Yeah, because they had 500 security
Yeah, you
officers.
said that they had more than
the World Series.
Yeah,
That's it.
you said that.
plus police officers. Like,
Crazy,
but
crazy,
yeah.
crazy. It's just this is like, it was avoidable.
It really was. That's wild.
And he said that there was only one security guard hired for every 500 concert goers. That's just 100 security guards in total.
No,
for Travis, I also do
that's a
think
lie.
he's partially responsible for this because of the danger.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much different information going on out
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna. Damn, I don't even know what information to trust. She said that there was more security guards than the World Series, and plus police. And he said there was only 100 security guards. So I don't know, man.
And I read the New York Times article that said
That doesn't mean anything. It's
I
still
know, but
misinformation. That's what I'm saying.
It was and it was the chief of police
That
of
doesn't
the
mean
Houston
anything.
who was there. So how do they not know?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean. What do you mean? How do they not know?
That's stupid.
There's just a bunch of misinformation going around. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that there's so many different things being said. That's the
Yeah, how
problem.
do they not know?
That's something that the internet. That's like the double-edged sword of the internet. Everybody,
knows.
yeah, and anyone could just be like, "I was there. This is what happened," and
Yeah.
then someone's believing it
Yep.
because it's the hottest thing right now. Someone probably got an interview and then wasn't even there.
Yeah. Their brother's friend went,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the people are calling themselves the Astroworld survivors and making videos.
Okay, we're out of here. Let's go. Let's get this done with.
Yeah.
dangerous concert environment Travis has created throughout his career and the way he encouraged people to break down gates. But at the same time, $1 billion event management company should have the expertise and planning knowledge to stop a bunch of kids from accidentally creating a crowd rush and hurting and killing themselves.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really hard for Travis to come back from the blood on his name, especially because
Yeah.
of how his apology video felt so
Yeah.
fake. At this
Well-
point, news sources are reporting that the FBI is looking into potential criminal responsibility for the deaths. And honestly, I think it's pretty possible that Travis could be held responsible in some way,
Partly.
especially considering his past
Somehow.
with inciting riots and encouraging fans to hurt themselves
Yeah.
at his shows, though the majority of
They're gonna go hard on
responsibility
that.
would
He's coming
probably
out of
fall on the
pocket
event's
Hell
directors.
yeah.
lot.
At this point, I think it's pretty unlikely
the
that Travis
Jenners
will be
are.
able to perform
Kardashians
live
are.
anytime soon, if ever again. He won't be able to get insured at any venue for the foreseeable future or possibly ever. His album will most likely be delayed, and I doubt he's going to continue getting more endorsements from big brands like Reese's Puffs, McDonald's, Fortnite. I'm not going to say we should cancel cancel him without proof of him doing what we think he did. But to me, listening to Travis' music just feels wrong right now. And at the moment, it just doesn't look good for him. I'm not going to run and call him a bastard, a piece of shit. I'm not going to say he should be in jail forever, but it's a bad situation, especially considering the Houston Police Department said they visited Travis's trailer a few hours before the show and warned him to be extra careful. In all, he really does look like an asshole, especially since all of his past mistakes have come to light. This is one of the most tragic things to happen in the music community in a very, very long time. I can't imagine the trauma of being stuck in a crowd crush like so many people were. I can't imagine the trauma of the victims' families losing their kids, siblings, boyfriends, girlfriends at a concert. I can't imagine the survivor's guilt or the feeling of seeing dead bodies transported through a crowd.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's something no one should ever have to experience.
Yeah, this is done. Okay, he's trying to make it something
he's
else.
not us.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
That's not our vibe.
That's not how I feel. Yeah, I don't feel the same way he feels. Okay, so I think that Travis is definitely gonna come out of pocket a lot, right? And when he says the apology video felt fake, we watched the apology video.
Yes.
I think he was just super high.
Agreed.
I think he was high as fuck on some
and I think that people,
you know what I'm saying, perks or something.
Yeah, people that don't know what that looks like or what that is will think it looks like he
fake.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but he's really
just super high.
Yeah.
He legit looked high out of his mind. He rubbed his face nonstop like this.
That shit like
the entire time, bro.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah,
man.
it made me feel away.
Yeah, I remember those days. He's definitely and that's probably another reason why he was super not knowing what the hell was happening during the concert, which puts a little bit more blame on him, honestly, because he was super high and negligent in a situation where he's gonna have 50,000 people on stage and knows that he creates that type of environment where it's like super crazy and hype and anything could happen like that. You do got to be on your P's and Q's, bro, and instead you're blasted out of your mind. Like you pretty much asked for this type of situation with a bunch of puzzle pieces fitting together perfectly at this one point. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a bunch of bad situations all in one under one roof.
Yep. And it's responsibility has to be taken. That is a fact. Responsibility does have to be taken. And I do think he's gonna come out of pocket a lot. I don't think he's gonna get like criminal charges, but civil suits and yes, he's definitely gonna come out of pocket. But Live Nation, I don't think anyone's going to get arrested there either.
No.
So they're definitely going to come out of pocket too. I think it's just going to be a lot of money given to families and victims of this situation. And they deserve it.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
Of course.
Because no one deserves to go to a concert and die.
No.
No one deserves to go to a concert and like even come close to death.
And that's the thing. Like, I understand that accidents happen and this guy also didn't talk about the that I want to talk about.
The injection in the neck.
Yeah, police, the security officer that got pricked.
Yeah,
and he literally just from a prick,
a whole nother situation.
Yes,
that's
he
weird,
needed
bro.
to get revived with Narcan. So then they said that there was 17 people brought to the hospital. 8 of them passed away.
Had cardiac arrest.
Yes, 11 of them had cardiac arrest.
Which means, I think, there was drugs involved.
Yep, it could have been overdoses from some of the people, and then maybe like people had asthma,
like what they did with Covifi, and they just put it all together, and they're like, "Oh, you died from this, even though this," just because that's what they need people to die from right now.
There's
like,
so much more.
Yeah,
I think
there's some cover-ups and misinformation. There's a bunch of shit happening right now, and I'm not saying cover-up like conspiracy way. It's like, I just think there's
too soon.
Yeah, no one knows what the fuck happened, but that needs to be definitely investigated.
Yep. And then once they find out the autopsies of everybody and how exactly everybody died, then they'll know, okay, were people having bad drugs? Was it trampled? Was it could be so many things.
I think it was a bunch of things, like we just said.
Too.
The puzzle pieces all fit together at the same time, and it led to a very terrible situation, very unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about all we got to say, man. So let us know what you think in the comments. You know. Shout out Volks guys for this video. This was a well. He put this together well. This is a good video. Yeah. So anything you got to say?
I just think that people need to stop being so judgmental all around.
Yeah.
And
calm down.
Look at put yourself in people's shoes as much as you can.
Yep, I believe that. I actually very much agree with that. That's perfect way to end it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can notify whenever we drop.
Vlogs, bang-a-lang-a-lang.
Appreciate you guys, man. Catch you guys on the next one. You see my shit just go limp. Appreciate you guys. See you guys on the next one. Remember to always stay flood squad. Peace out, y'all. without y'all.
Easier for me to go to sleep at night. I had a dream that I could do my thing, and everywhere I went the people knew my name. Some people hated on the truth I bring, but now I use the hating just to fuel my plane. I had a dream that I could do my thing, and everywhere I went the people knew my name. Some people hated on the truth I bring, but now I use the hating just to fuel my plane.